start, firstly I want to explain about our view of our plant. Okay. Our title is production of syngas from coal and rice husk. In this plant, we are producing gas from coal and rice husk via gasification process. The operating condition for the pressure and the temperature is 73.8 kPa and 24,456 Celsius respectively. The syngas production is estimated about 1,827.48 kg per hour. We are choosing Murid-Pila, Sarawak as our plant location because the availability of feedstock. Okay, and then
hang on. If what you are presenting is shown in the poster here, please stand here and show the details so that easier for me to follow your explanation. Okay.
And next, from the calculation, we get the payback period for our plant is 2 years and 6 months. Okay. We assume that the efficiency of our plant is to be 80%. Next, I pass my friend for the market.
Okay. The way we do the presentation, I will chip in and ask you questions right away. Okay. For example, your 80%. Why do you guys assume 80%? Is there any justification?
Yeah, there is a justification. We cannot assume to be low than 80% and we cannot assume more than 80% because since our process is gasification, will be explosion in terms of safety and environment issues.
Do you have any literature supports about this value? Has that been done before, and what is their efficiency?
Actually, I have read, but their efficiency is 73 to 75.
And what makes you think you're 80% then?
Because we are medium scale of plant, so we decided to do it at 80% efficiency.
Is there any consequences with this assumption?
We don't know yet, but because this is assumption for our plant.
So yeah, is there any consequence? Mean what if your assumption is wrong? Will that affect your plants? In what way it gonna affect your plants?
Maybe in terms of safety and environment issues.
Other members agree?
As well as if we assume it's to be low, then it will affect the costing of the whole project. There will be problem about the splitting on the cost.
Because we include the efficiency in our project costing.
Yet I agree that the right value for efficiency is very important. So you must have background information, at least in deciding the value, because that's going to affect the rest. Okay, but based on this value and what you have mentioned, it's still within an acceptable range. Okay, so thank you. Move on.
Okay, next we go to the market potential for syngas. So
Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Nurfatina TGB.
So I will explain about market potential for syngas. So from this graph, we can see that syngas global market is dominated by ammonia industry, and ammonia can be processed
To become fertilizer.
Okay. Other than that, it also applied into production of hydrogen for use in refineries and production of methanol. Besides, it can be used for electricity, gas to liquids production. Others. That's it.
Okay. What you should have done in the market potential, first you need to know what your product can be used for. At the same time, actually, you need to look at other companies that producing the same material as you. So can you give comments on other companies that is producing the same material as you? How good are they doing out there? The rest can help.
Other company that
Can you name at least a few companies, at least in Malaysia, that is producing syngas?
At Sarawak, at Balingan. They
What is-
produce biomass from biomass. The raw material is called biomass, but still produce syngas using Syngasification also, but we didn't remember the company, but we know there's Syngas company.
Okay, so you mentioned biomass. What type of biomass?
We use rice husk as our raw material.
No, that company in
That
Sarawak.
company, Ready.
Jadi khas.
Ready husk.
Paddy husk.
Yeah.
What is the difference between paddy husk and rice husk? Why do you use different term? Are they the same?
I think they are the same.
Okay. So only one company?
Actually, in Malaysia, from our research, it's Sarawak.
And other than using say biomass, what else you can use to produce syngas?
Coal,
You didn't mention just now. I wanted to explain what is your syngas. What is actually syngas?
Syngas is the synthesis gas, which is produced from the
What are the gases that call syngas?
CO, carbon monoxide, and hydrogen.
Okay.
Okay, the raw material that we do for our feedstock is coal and the rice husk. Okay, coal. Why we choose coal? Because coal is most famous, mostly used in the industry. And then we combine with the rice husk because in terms of cost, if we use the
Okay, hang on. Do we have our own coal? Do you get it in Malaysia or we import it somewhere?
we choose Great Villa because from our research, the availability of coal is at Great Villa.
Okay. So we don't import coal. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Very sure from your reading?
We import, but from the company Global.
So
Mineral.
basically the coal is imported or available locally?
Available locally, but they are supplied to us.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Then second is rice husk.
Why? Because as far as I know, coal in Malaysia we import from China or United States.
Because it's also available at Sarawak.
Yeah. Do you have information like the amount of that they produce and whether that amount is able to cater with the size that you produce?
We didn't.
Because I also want to know, as I explained, I want to know the plant capacity, how much syngas you're producing, and for that capacity, how much feedstock you require. And are the feedstock available for that much? So convince us that you're designing your plant logically. Who has done the feedstock? Yeah. Can you show here in your poster about the capacity of your plant? How much is actually being produced? Because when you talk about designing a plant, you are talking about the capacity you are producing. That is a must, otherwise the plant design is failed.
The feedstock,
The capacity of the plant, how much is the production capacity?
1,827.
If annum, can you, because when you say like that, that is that is the data you need to have. But again, you have to convert that as an annual production. Annual, how much is that?
15,000 ton per year.
You have that in your, do you have your
Yeah,
report?
From our report. We
Okay.
didn't mention yet, but we have
Okay.
mentioned in our report.
Okay. Yeah, that is a must. Good for you to show that. Now show us, to get this much, how much feedstock you require?
For the coal, 19,000
ton per year.
per year. So they also
90,000 tons per year. That is your feedstock requirement. And now the question is, do Merit Pila Balingian have that much coal?
we didn't look into that
Then it's a failed project.
because
How?
because we get the coal from other company. They are supplied to us. The coal.
Yeah, because now as you design your plant, first you need to decide on the capacity, because that will follow through. There are two ways when you design. Either you fix your outcome, the capacity, or you work based on the availability of your feedstock. So which one comes first in your case?